Welcome back to the Dark Truth Diaries. Tonight's story is one I hesitated to tell for a long time. Not because it's violent, not because it's graphic, but because it proves something far more unsettling. Sometimes the most dangerous person in the room is the one you helped create. This is not a story about a woman who snapped. This is a story about a woman who woke up. She didn't scream. She didn't run. She didn't beg. She listened. She learned. And quietly, she became a threat. This is the true story of a woman who married a liar and turned into the one thing he never planned for: her wife, her witness, and eventually, his greatest fear. I met Elena Cross 3 years after her marriage ended. By then, the headlines had faded. The courtroom was silent again. And the man who once controlled everything was just a name on a legal document. But when Elena spoke, you could still hear the echo of what he'd done. She married Marcus Hale at 27. Marcus was charming in a way that felt safe, successful, soft-spoken. The kind of man your parents instantly approved of. He worked in consulting. He traveled often. He spoke about ethics, discipline, loyalty. Everyone trusted him, including me at first. Elena told me. He didn't lie loudly. He lied smoothly. Like truth just slipped off him. Their relationship moved fast. Engagement in 8 months. Marriage in a year. And from the outside, it looked perfect. But perfection is often camouflage. The first red flag wasn't cheating. It was numbers. Marcus handled all the finances. Elena trusted him after all, he insisted. She noticed strange things. Money moved without explanation. Accounts she didn't recognize. Clients who never appeared. Late-night calls that stopped when she entered the room. When she asked questions, Marcus smiled. "You worry too much." That sentence became his shield. But Elena didn't push. "Not yet," she told me. "I didn't want to be the suspicious wife. I wanted to be the smart one." So she waited. And she watched. The moment Elena's life split in two happened on an ordinary Tuesday. Marcus left his laptop open, just for a second. And Elena saw an email notification pop up. Not from a client. From a bank. A bank she had never heard of. She didn't confront him. She did something far more dangerous. She started investigating her own husband. That night, Elena created a private folder. She called it Truth. She would later tell me. That folder saved my life. What Elena uncovered was staggering. Marcus wasn't a consultant. He was laundering money through shell companies. Forged documents. False identities. Fake addresses. And worse. He was using her name. Her signature appeared on documents she had never signed. Loans she never approved. Transactions she never authorized. Elena realized something terrifying. She wasn't just married to a liar. She was married to a criminal. And legally, she was his shield. That's when she made a choice that changed everything. She stayed. Elena didn't expose Marcus. She didn't warn him. She became the perfect wife. She smiled more. Asked fewer questions. Encouraged his work. And behind the scenes, she documented everything. Audio recordings. Copies of financial records. Hidden cloud backups. Time-stamped screenshots. She consulted lawyers anonymously. She spoke to investigators under a different name. Marcus grew comfortable. Careless. Arrogant. He never suspected the woman sleeping beside him was building a case that would dismantle his entire life. Elena told me. I wasn't angry anymore. I was focused. That's when I knew. This wasn't revenge. This was strategy. The collapse came quietly. No shouting. No confrontation. Marcus was arrested during a routine business meeting. Fraud. Identity theft. Money laundering. Forgery. When investigators knocked on the door, Elena answered calmly. She handed them a flash drive. Everything was there. Marcus never looked at her as he was led away. Later, through lawyers, He tried to contact her. She declined. She had already said everything she needed to say. In evidence, Marcus was sentenced. His reputation destroyed. His network exposed. His control gone. Elena testified. Calm. Clear. Unshaken. When I asked her if she ever felt guilty, she said, "No. I didn't destroy him. I just stopped protecting him." Today, Elena lives quietly. Different city. Different name. Stronger. Free. So what do you do when the person you trusted most turns out to be a lie? Some people break. Others rebuild. And some, like Elena, become something far more dangerous. Aware. If this story taught us anything, it's this. Never underestimate the person who knows your secrets and finally stops keeping them. If you enjoyed this story, like this video, subscribe to the Dark Truth Diaries, and tell me in the comments, what would you have done in her place? Until next time, stay observant, because sometimes the truth isn't hidden, it's just married to the wrong person.